Hello and welcome to Biz Daily. I'm Jon Jordan. So we start 2016 with the big news that Supercell has announced a new game, or sort of announced a new game. So its new game is Clash Royale. It's kind of announced it. It's not live yet, unless you live in certain countries. So it's what they call in soft launch. So soft launch is when developers get a game to a stage they think is pretty good, and they put it out in a few countries. Maybe one country, maybe Canada and Australia, or maybe a few, as in this case. I think 5 or 6 different countries that it's available in. You have to have the app store for that country to be able to download it. But if you really want to kind of do that, you can. It's quite easy to kind of create those accounts. But the point of Supercell doing this is they want to test the game out. So if you were playing it now, you might get the kind of an idea of what the game's about. So it is actually a kind of a MOBA, so a kind of a kind of cross really between a MOBA and a tower defense type game. So each it's a head-to-head game, whether you play against another player or an AI. You each have a base. From your base emanate your armies. In this case, it's a lot of them are inspired by Clash of Clans. So you kind of have the ogres and the goblins and all the kind of characters we've played in Clash of Clans. Also has a kind of a card-based element, so you can kind of create a deck, and as your kind of characters stream towards the other side's base and try and take it over, you can kind of play those cards to kind of attack, increase your attacks, or kind of heal, or kind of defend your own base, that kind of thing. So it's a bit of a kind of it's not a totally original kind of genre in terms of a new game. Certainly kind of MOBAs have been out there massively on PC, and we've seen them with kind of games like Vainglory and Call of Champions, which are more kind of I guess kind of 3D kind of hardcore MOBAs. This is certainly not that. This is, I guess, like Clash of Clans took mobile strategy and made it kind of bite size and nice size for mobile, and that was kind of how it became a successful mobile game. It kind of took elements that were already out there, put a lovely graphical kind of finish on them, and kind of presented them in a way that people who maybe didn't know they wanted to play strategy games, or had played strategy games before but didn't know they wanted to play this type of kind of quick, kind of quite lightweight strategy game, really got involved with, and that's kind of, for most mobile developers, that's kind of the interesting balance, where you have a game idea, but how can you present it to an audience in a way that is kind of accessible, that you want to be playing every day or several times a day. So we'll see with kind of Clash Royale, as the game is called, quite how it develops. I mean, obviously Supercell has had a few games in development in soft launch before. So good example, one called Spooky Pop. He's had a few others over the years, and he's put them in soft launch. He's got real people to play them, real people to pay money. And in soft launch, you normally go through a very kind of iterative design kind of upgrade process, where you're kind of updating more than you potentially would when the game is kind of formally released. And what they're looking to see is numbers, particularly kind of retention numbers and maybe monetization numbers as well. If the game doesn't stack up in the way they want it to, Supercell will have no compulsion in killing this game, and probably making a big kind of song and dance about doing it, because that's kind of how it likes to prove its kind of its quality as a developer in the market. But I guess a bit more interestingly is, compared to a couple of the other games it has had in soft launch, this is kind of not necessarily relying on the Clash of Clans brand. We couldn't really say it's obviously not a sequel of Clash of Clans. It's not even kind of like King did Candy Crush Soda Saga. I mean, you could call that a companion or a sister kind of version of the original game. This is different. This is kind of taking the characters, but it's still within the brand. So I guess from that point of view, we think Supercell is probably quite confident that it thinks it's going to be a hit. Maybe hard to say it's a big hit. Certainly Supercell can put a lot of marketing money behind it, hundreds of millions of dollars. But I guess it's kind of quite good, I suppose, for Supercell, which hasn't released a new game for quite a long time, a number of years really, and it's kind of, I think, for a developer to be seen as a top developer, you can have highly successful games that you've been running for a number of years, kind of games as a service concept, but you still need to be innovating. And certainly we can see in the way it's kind of trying to hybridise these game genres that Supercell is trying to do something new and trying to present a kind of new experience to mobile game players, which is of course all what we want to experience. So that's the news today. Come back tomorrow, let's see what's going on. Probably some new companies probably trying to do a similar thing. We'll see if they're successful. See you soon.